Hello medicos. Today I will discuss about the lymphatic system and its part and also about lymphatic drainage. So I made the roadmap of lymphatic system for this video. How I will classify and how will I will discuss in this video. First I will discuss that what is lymphatic system. How this comprises of lymphatic system comprises of like lymph capillaries, lymphatic vessels, lymph fluid and any many immunological part. And then after I will classify lymphatic system into circulatory part and immune part. After that most important chapter topic related like lymphatic system like lymphatic drainage. This is the most important topic and I will discuss in very easy manner. So please watch the video completely and I promise that after watching complete video you will be solve all question very easily manner. So please watch the video completely. Now I will start lymphatic system. So first of all, what is lymphatic system? Lymphatic system which consists of lymphatic vessels which collect and return the excess interstitial fluid to the tissue. I will discuss this point in this diagram. So first, what is lymphatic system? Classification, I made classification like circulatory part and immune part, two part. First, circulatory part consists of lymph capillaries, lymphatic vessels and lymph like a fluid, and second part is the immunological part which consists of lymphoidal organs like primary lymphoidal organ and secondary lymphoidal organ. Primary lymphoidal organ thymus and bone marrow, secondary lymphoidal organ like spleen, lymph node, Peyer's patches, appendix, malt is mucosal associated lymphoidal tissue. Now I will start how this occur. In this diagram I will discuss. First we consider that in our body every day 30 liter fluid passes out from the arterial end of capillaries into the interstitial space every day. So first I will discuss this diagram and explain you how this occur. This is the artery, this is the veins, this is the tissue, and this part is the arterial end of the capillaries and this is the venous end of the capillaries. First arterial end of the capillaries it consists of the like it is a artery, this then it classify into the arterioles. After that it is the arterial end of the capillaries. Same like in this is the vein, this is the venous and this is the venous and this is the venous end of the capillaries. How this work? First of all that the fluid come out from the about 30 liter of the fluid come out from this arterial end of the capillaries, approx 30 liter of the fluid, and after that this fluid return back into the capillaries but not complete, approximately 27 liter fluid return back into the venous end of the capillaries. This so how much fluid remain in this? Approx 3 liter fluid remain in this. Approx 3 liter fluid remain in this tissue fluid. What is this? This is the tissue fluid or interstitial fluid. This is the tissue fluid or sometimes said that interstitial fluid. So first 30 liter fluid passes out from arterial end of capillaries into the interstitial space and 27 liter return back into the venous end. Remaining 3 liter fluid remain in the tissue. Here is the remaining 3 liter fluid remain in the tissue has taken by lymph capillaries into the lymph vessel. Where is the lymph capillaries? Lymph capillaries here. Here is the lymph capillaries. These are the lymph capillaries and this is the lymphatic vessels. So first of all fluid taken by the lymph capillaries, these are the lymph capillaries. This take the tissue fluid into the lymphatic vessel. When this tissue fluid present in the lymph capillaries or lymphatic vessel, then this called lymph fluid. These are the same, lymphatic tissue fluid and the lymph fluid. These are the same, but when it is present in the lymphatic vessels or lymph capillaries, then it is also called lymph or lymph fluid. This lymph fluid contain the bacteria, cell debris, some large protein particles, lymphocyte and fat droplets passes through these lymph capillaries. These lymph capillaries, lymphatic vessels goes return to the heart, and after pumping from the heart, it goes complete into the body after the lymphatic drainage occur. So flow of lymph always in the unidirection, not multidirectional. Same situation occur in through also here. I will made from red color this. Same situation occur here. Tissue fluid approx 30 liter fluid come out from this, and return of the only 27 liter fluid return from this. So remaining 3 liter fluid in this layer, 3 liter approx 3 liter of the tissue fluid remain in this. This tissue fluid return back to the capillary lymphatic capillaries, and after that lymphatic vessel, then return to the heart, and after pumping into the body. After that lymphatic drainage occur. I will discuss in detail lymphatic drainage after some time. So if you also want the video related to the immune part like primary lymphoidal organ and secondary lymphoidal organ, then say to me in comment section, because it's also a large topic. Primary lymphoidal organ like thymus and bone marrow, many classification occur, and secondary lymphoidal organ like spleen, lymph node, Peyer's patches, MALT and appendix. This is also a large topic. So if you will interested, then you will say I will also make the video related to the lymphoidal organ, primary and secondary lymphoidal organ. Now second is the function of the lymphatic system. Function of the lymphatic system like absorption of the fat, fluid balance and protection. These are the function of the lymphatic system. What is the absorption of how this occur? Absorption of fat, like it absorb the fat from digestive system to the lymphatic capillaries. This absorb the fat from the digestive system through the capillaries. Fluid balance like I made in this diagram how this fluid balance occur. It return the excess fluid from the tissue to the circulation, like here 3 liter excess fluid present, so it return to the return taken by the capillaries and then vessels and goes to the heart, and after that complete circulation occur. So it return the excess fluid from the tissue to the circulation. Third function like protection, because it contain immunological cell like thymus, bone marrow, spleen, lymph. This is the immunological cell which help in the protection from the bacteria or other pathogens. This is the function of the lymphatic system. Please learn this. This is very important. Lymphatic vessels are absent. Where is the lymphatic vessels absent? Lymphatic vessels are absent in the cornea of the eyes, hairs, nails, brain and spinal cord, epidermis and articular cartilage. These are the area where the lymphatic vessels are absent or not present. This is the lymphatic vessel absent in this area. Lymphatic drainage. Now I will discuss lymphatic drainage. This is the most important topic because most of students didn't understand about the what is lymphatic drainage and how this occur. I will discuss lymphatic drainage in very detail, and I will also make the diagram so you will understand this in the very easy manner. First, lymphatic drainage of the lymph from the whole body are called lymphatic drainage. How this occur from, like in the body, how the drainage of the lymph occur, these are called lymphatic drainage. There are two ducts in our body, two ducts which drain the lymph from a whole of the body. First duct is the right lymphatic duct and second duct is also called thoracic duct. Second duct is called thoracic duct and first duct is called right lymphatic duct. Only these two ducts drain the whole part of the body, whole part from the body. Right lymphatic duct it drain from the right side of the head and neck, right side of the chest wall, right side of the heart, right side of the liver and right side of the hand. How this occur, I will made in this diagram. This is the 3 arrow I made. This is the trunk. Like first is the jugular trunk. This is the jugular trunk. Second is this is the subclavian trunk, and third is the broncho. These are the mediastinal trunk. These all three trunk drain the right lymphatic duct. How this work? Like I will make a diagram, एक funny type. These are the funny type diagram I made. This is the head. These are the abdomen region. These legs. This upper limb. These are the right part. These are the left part. From the right part, these are the right part. I will color this part because I will explain in this. These are the right part. I colored this part. Only these part drained by the right lymphatic duct. Area of head above the diaphragm. These part above the diaphragm drained by the right lymphatic duct. Only these part. Other all part are drained by the thoracic duct. I will discuss later. Now I will discuss first only the right lymphatic duct, how this work. These are the head region is drained by the jugular trunk. Head and neck region is drained by the jugular trunk, and second it is the limb. Limb is drained by the subclavian trunk. Subclavian trunk drain the hand region. These are the limb. Only this hand drained by the subclavian trunk, and the bronchomediastinal trunk drain the, these are the region, chest region. These are the bronchomediastinal trunk drained by the bronchomediastinal trunk, like in the chest region and the right side of the heart and right side of the liver. These are drained by the only bronchomediastinal trunk. So only these area is drained by the right lymphatic duct. Other whole part of the body other than these are drained by the thoracic duct. So please remember that the area above the diaphragm in the right side, including head, only in the right side including head, neck and the chest region of the right part, and the only right side of the hand drained by the right lymphatic duct. Other all are drained by the thoracic duct. So please learn this. This is very important. Now I will start thoracic duct. Thoracic duct begin in the abdominal at the region of thoracic 12 vertebra as a continuation of cisterna chyli. Then it bends at the level of T5 from right to the left and reaches the end of the neck at the level of C7 vertebra, then merge into the venous sinus. I will discuss this point into this diagram. Now I already discussed about the right lymphatic duct. Here I will color the right lymphatic duct part. These are the right lymphatic duct part. Other those I didn't color. These are the part of the thoracic duct. So only these are the part of the right lymphatic duct. Other these all are the, I change color. Other all are the except yellow color are thoracic duct. These are drained by the thoracic duct whole part, and these are drained by the right lymphatic duct. I already said that this region drained by the subclavian trunk. This region is drained by the jugular trunk. This region is drained by the subclavian trunk, and these region are drained by the bronchomediastinal trunk. These are the right lymphatic duct. Now I will discuss thoracic duct. Thoracic duct are started like these are the region which contain the vertebra L1, L2 and L3. These are the aorta. These are thoracic duct, and this is the these are the these are the azygous vein. These are the azygous vein. This is the region of 12 thoracic vertebra. These are the region of thoracic 5, and this region is the cervical 7 vertebra. So how this drainage occur? Now I will start. This region is the here is the cisterna chyli. Cisterna chyli drain the lower limb area. Here these are the lower limb area. These are drained by the cisterna chyli. Like I will write cisterna chyli. These are the cisterna chyli drained by. So after that thoracic duct start. Here is the thoracic duct start from at the level of thoracic 12. I already told you that at the region of thoracic 12 in the abdominal region, thoracic duct are started. These are the thoracic duct, and between these duct here left part, these are the right part. Right part is drain. Right part of the thoracic duct azygous vein are present, and the left part aorta present. So thoracic duct are present between the azygous vein and aorta. When in examination asked, then please remember that these are the present between the azygous vein aorta. So thoracic duct are start at the region of thoracic 12. After that it will go upward. It will go upward like this, and at the level of thoracic 12 it bend. I wrote here, please see that first it abdominal aorta thoracic 12 as a continuation of the cisterna chyli. From it continues from the cisterna chyli, and then at thoracic 5 it in a bend from right to the left. Here it bend from the right to the left region, and in at the neck region. These are the region of the neck. So from here till the here it goes, and after that bend. After that it bend and reaches to the neck region at the level of cervical 7 vertebra, and then merge into the venous sinus. From where it merge into the venous sinus, I will make one diagram of the veins. Like here 3 veins are present, 1, 2 and 3. These are the 3 veins. First this vein is the inferior jugular vein. This is the left bronchial vein, and this vein is the left subclavian vein, and all these 3 veins merge at the at one point. These are called as the left venous angle. Like I said that these 3 veins merge means right lymphatic duct merge at the right venous angle and open into the right venous angle, and here is the thoracic duct open into the left venous angle. These are the left venous angle where these 3 veins are merged. So please learn this 3 vein where the thoracic duct open. So these are the left venous angle where these 3 vein also merge and lymphatic duct also open into this angle, left venous angle. I will also write so you will not forget. These are the left venous angle. These are the angle where these duct merge. So please learn this because many question ask from this, and so I will discuss in the short how this occur. First, cisterna chyli, it drain from the lower limb. Cisterna chyli present at between the lumbar 1 and lumbar 2 vertebra. Then after thoracic duct started from the thoracic 12 vertebra and reaches till the thoracic 5. These are the thoracic 12 vertebra and reaches till the thoracic 5. After that it bend to the left and reaches till the neck region at the level of cervical 7, and then bend into downward direction and open into the left venous angle where all three veins are merged together. So these are the opening of the lymphatic duct, and please learn all this point where lymphatic duct bend, where thoracic duct bend, where thoracic duct start, and at which region till which region of the neck it reaches, cervical 7 region. And cisterna chyli present at the between the L1 and L2, and thoracic duct are present between the azygous vein and aorta. These all are the question of the thoracic duct. So thoracic duct drain all part other than this yellow part. These are the drained by the thoracic duct, other all are drained by the right lymphatic duct. This is the drainage of the lymph from the body through the right lymphatic duct and thoracic duct. Some disease of the lymphatic system like lymphangitis, lymphadenitis, lymphedema, and elephantiasis and splenomegaly. These are the different. This is the inflammation of the lymph vessel, and lymphadenitis is the acute infection of lymph node. Lymph node, you already know, lymph node is the secondary lymphoidal organ. These are the lymph nodes. Secondary lymphoidal, I already discussed secondary lymphoidal organ, lymph node. So inflammation occur in the acute infection or inflammation occur in the lymph node are called lymphadenitis, and inflammation of the lymphatic vessels are called lymphangitis. Like here is the when inflammation occur in this region, then lymphangitis occur. Lymphedema like enlargement of lymph node due to tumor. This is the benign type of the tumor. And cancer of lymph, I will write, I forgot, cancer of lymph node. This is the malignant tumor. These are the malignant tumor, and these are the benign type of tumor. These are the benign type of tumor. Elephantitis, you already see some people have larger foot or hand like elephant. These are, so it is also called elephantitis. This is the enlargement of lymphatic system mostly in the limbs like upper limbs and lower limbs. It also affect the genital area. When inflammation occur in the limbs, then it affect the genital area. These are called elephantitis. And splenomegaly is the enlargement of the spleen are called splenomegaly. This is the also lymphoidal organ. I will discuss later because many part in the spleen like white pulp, red pulp, many function, different function occur by the white pulp, different function occur by the red pulp. If you want, then you will comment in the comment section, and then I will make the topic of lymphoidal organ like immune part, primary lymphoidal organ and secondary lymphoidal organ. So these are the lymphatic system.